Testing, test, 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 one, two. Okay, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Is this thing is on? Test, test. Yeah, it's on. What's up with it, y'all? Yeah, I wanted to I had set this video up yesterday to do, about just talking about consciousness cuz for years on my channel, like this is something that I always, we always kind of talked about in a group, and kind of want to get back to a couple of videos that I seen, to where they're talking about different, because people are like waking up now. And I don't even want to call it waking up. I think just people are starting to pay attention to things, and they're starting to like really figure it out and see how reality actually works. Well, some of us is to that point to where we're seeing how reality actually how it works, and how the ancients have been talking about it for a long time. And we just really wait, hold on. I'm trying to talk and set my YouTube thumbnails, but the ancients been talking about consciousness, being conscious, and and what reality is for a long time. And we get so caught up in everyday life that we don't pay attention to it, because it's like reality is always telling you, well, people are always telling you and how to be, what to be, and how to act. They're always filling our heads with so many different ideas that it takes us away from the conscious awareness of like real reality. So we begin to create the reality that they want us to generate, instead of learning how to create our own and fulfill our own things. So let me say happy fourth, I guess. My son was in the military, dad was in the military, grandpa in the military, all this brother in the military, son in the military, two sons. But I'm just saying, happy fourth. And we're gonna dive right into it, and I guess I'll talk as we go through some of these videos.
So she's absolutely right. All of the
Wait, hold on.
mind blowing.
Wait, let me say what she said real fast.
All right, check.
Because somebody said, I would highly recommend looking into Hinduism. It literally teaches this centuries ago. And like that I think that's one of the things that got me as I was taking my psychedelic adventures, is being able to see a lot of the Hindu gods. And then once you get to talking and explaining what you seen and what happened and what you was shown, it's a form of Hinduism, a form of Buddhism. It's a form of all these different cultural belief systems that we are involved in, or we then had over centuries. Like, you begin to see it and you understand it better. But let's go.
This out. So she's absolutely right. All of the mind blowing things that quantum physics talks about, okay, like infinite universes, infinite U's, and things like that.
Okay. Now, see where he said right here, he said infinite use. A lot of people don't understand that when you're generating reality, that's what you're actually doing. You're creating every moment, every second, you're creating an infinite amount of realities at one time. And like, I have family members that I started talking to about these things, and they didn't, really understand what I was saying, because like I said, I was just diving in on psychedelics for so long. And like, I had a cousin just called me the other day, and he had took like 4 grams or whatever, and he was like, "Oh wow," he like, "Now I understand you," because when he went in, he was in those, he could see himself in infinite realities. He was able to see, my uncle, his dad, who passed away, all types of things, and he's bringing it to me, and I'm like, just going, I told you. Like, it's crazy when you're there and it's happening, opposed to when somebody is actually trying to tell you and explain it to you. It almost sounds like a movie. So a lot of people have to go through it in order to really understand that you're creating and generating all these realities. I always explain it to where, like, say, if you say, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna get a soda, right? on your way, like you just generated that reality. It's already happened in your mind. You already seen yourself drive to the store, go in the store, grab the kind of drink you want or whatever you was gonna get, and exit the store. But on the way to the store, something happens. Like, uh, you might stop over here at a friend's house. You might go and do this. Now you're generating all these infinite possibilities at the same time that are happening. But the one that you created at first is still existing. But then you start to create all these other things that happen along the way. And a lot of times you'll create them right there on the spot because you'll go, well, dang, what if it's traffic? Bam, that's another reality right there that you just generated within yourself. And then you'll have these moments like when you take mushrooms, like you'll have these moments to where it'll be six of you in front of you and it'll be six of yourselves in back of you. And as you're going, each one is walking in the same footsteps, but it's making different decisions. Each one is doing different things with his hands and stuff like that. It's like the weirdest things. Thank you for the jewels. It's like the weirdest thing, but you begin to experience it and be able to see it because, like I said, how we were taught to be is what we're trying to make reality. So the actual reality is hard for us to see. It's like the weirdest thing. It's hard for us to see.
This has already been described by the ancients, and in this case, we're talking about the Vedic Hindus. Okay? Now, the ancients have always known, all right? The conclusions that quantum physics comes to with their experiments, with measurements, with formulas and equations, is what
How
the
y'all doing?
ancients understood already through direct experience. Because here's the thing, if you're trying to understand consciousness, there's no better tool than your own consciousness.
And I always said this over time. When you begin to understand yourself and how you think and look at the world, then you'll better start to understand everybody else. But we don't want to do that at times. We want to point fingers at different people. And sometimes I don't know, that's just what we do. We'll rather point fingers at each other instead of really understanding ourselves and seeing how we look at reality, because then you'll start to actually see where you got some of the thoughts that you had, the ideas that you had, why you feel this way about these people or why you feel this way about this over here. You'll start seeing that it never was yours. A lot of these thoughts and ideas never was ours. They were given to us, and we took them and we just put them in our bag of tricks, and we started using them within reality. Because it's like, it's weird, bro, but you start to see that a lot of the ideas that we carry are not ours.
Not formulas, equations, or measurements or things like this, but your imagination, your
Exactly.
intuition, the human mind, okay, the human experience is the tool to use to understand consciousness and our reality as a whole. Now, I want to show you how quantum physics and ancient wisdom are saying the exact same thing. It's going to get trippy. We're going to jump around traditions here.
Let's
so
go.
within Vedic Hinduism, you have Brahman, all right? Brahman is the reality itself. It is existence. It is the universe. It is that thing that
Everything
wherever
is
you
Brahman.
look, there it is. This is what the Hermeticists would describe as the all being in all and all being in the all. This is what mystic Christianity in the Gospel of Thomas was talking about when Christ said,
Okay, I got you, bro.
he
I'll
said,
turn it
"Split
up.
a
Oh,
piece
you're
of
right.
wood,
I see it.
and I am there."
I got you.
They're all talking about the same thing, this ever-present essence
think
that
he is
simply
love.
is. Now check this out. Brahman, there's a separation there from reality. Okay, you can even see it in these pictures. It's called the Brahmanda. This is the shell of Brahman, the shell of reality, of our universe, so to speak. Outside of that shell lies Parabrahman. Okay, Parabrahman is the
And it's wild because a
shell
lot of times
of
when you
reality
dive,
of our universe.
let me
so
get
to
to
speak.
him. What's up? Thanks, Master
Outside
Creator.
of that shell lies Parabrahman. Okay.
Now this like I never could understand, like when you see this Hindu goddess right here, Shiva, it go by a different name, but it got like, you know, six arms, like literally like six arms in front of you, just like kind of going like this, and I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say about that. My bad, y'all. Sorry about
Pada
that.
Brahman is the unknowable, undescribable formlessness
Thanks for subscribing.
from which reality emerges.
The formless taking form.
And from the Pada Brahman emerges countless worlds. They say that there's billions and billions and billions of worlds.
But think about it. Every individual walking the planet has its own way of looking at life. So I always looked at it like this. Each person, when they die, that's their world that's existing with them, and then them that they take with them. It's almost like when we come here, the Lego building blocks are here. They're already here, all the different colors. You got the red blocks, you got the blue blocks, you got the yellow blocks, and they're given to you, and you're able to stack them how you want to. You don't know that they're all the same blocks, and no matter how you stack them, it's all the same thing, but you're steady stacking them. So once you get to the end of life, yeah, that world that you created within yourself, it goes with you. You leave pieces of it here in order to pass on to the next generation, but that thought process, that those ideas, the way you form the ideas, when you go, that's your world. That's your world. So when you think about all the trillions of people that lived over time, all they did was create reality after reality after reality. Everybody is creating like an infinite amount of realities within their self, like within their self.
Billions of Brahmins within
learn
their
how to
own
control it.
Brahmanda. This is what quantum physics understands as the multiverse. But wait a second. There's other traditions that have said the exact same thing or similar. Take Kabbalah, for example.
Yeah, the
At the
Kabbalah.
top of the tree of life,
The
you
Kabbalah.
have unified consciousness, described as Keter. Okay? Man, I forgot the separation. I believe it's called the veil or something. It's slipping my mind at this time. But beyond that separation,
Beyond the veil.
that same thing as the shell of Brahman, beyond that separation is Ein Sof, which is the unmanifest, unknowable, undescribable, ineffable essence from which everything emerges. Different tradition, different time.
That's crazy because everything comes from it. And I think that's one of the, like in my experiences of diving in on psychedelics, that was like one of the best things when you become one with everything and there is no separation. Like I'll be tripping, like it won't be like this computer, these screens won't be separate from me. Nothing, like I'll become everything at one time. It's the weirdest feeling because we always practice that you're this individual, you know, and you're not connected to all these things, but there'll be times like you'll take like 4 grams, you will become everything at once. At once, you'll become everything. And it's like, you know, but it's a dope feeling, but it's like, you know, I don't know, it's the weirdest thing.
Same concept. So what quantum physics calls infinite realities emerging from a Big Bang, Vedic Hinduism describes as countless Brahmins existing within the greater Pada Brahman. Okay.
Exactly.
Which the Hermeticists understand as an infinite mind working infinitely.
And it's weird because like I remember I dove in on 4ACO DMT, and I seen these. I don't know if they were the machine elves or what kind of entities they were, and they were like in the sky. They was like huge, like made into the fabric of the sky. And I'm like looking at them, like, wait, what is these? And like one of them just kept going, like doing the infinity sign, like over and over again, because like whatever that is within us, these things are like it's infinite. It constantly lives. It never dies. Like to us, like the body dies, but there's something within us. I like to say consciousness, but it'd be kind of scary when you dive in because you don't know where your consciousness or where consciousness even exists at. Like it'd be hard to find. Hold on, I gotta put my dog in the house for this dog get her.
We can understand that saying quantum physics discovered these types of things is pretty much the same as saying like, oh, well, Christopher Columbus discovered America. No, you were just the last to the party. Now check this out. When you start to look deeper beneath the surface of these different traditions and spiritual systems, okay, they're not only all saying the same thing, but even the systems within them, when you strip them away to their core mechanics, it's the exact same thing.
That's the way. How did that happen? That's the wild thing that you begin to understand over time, that it don't matter what belief system you read, it's all saying the same thing. We just interpreted some of these traditions, some of these beliefs, we interpreted them different. We took them and we made them into something for ourselves. That's like basically what we did from the mind of the creator. That's why, hey, that's wild that you say that, because that's what it seems like. That's one of the things it seems like it's this one infinite mind that all comes from. And I think we just interpret God in our own way, depending on what where we came from. We'll interpret God in our own way. But then if you listen to all the different teachings, when the spiritual teachings, when they're talking about God, they're all really saying the same thing.
Okay.
And
From Christianity to Vedic Hinduism to Kabbalah to Hermeticism to even
but that's one of the things that a lot don't understand. That's why it says, like, you know, when you come, you got to come as a child. That's why, like, when you take mushrooms, it strips you of all these ideas and things that you have within you, and you actually come forth as a child, because you know you have the ego death, and it's just blackness, pitch blackness. You're nothing, but you're everything at the same time. He said the pineal gland is the connection point. That hey, you know what's crazy? That was like one of my weirdest experiences that I had when I I took like 3.5 or something like that, and I seen this octopus creature. Like, 'cause sometimes you'll be inside your body, sometimes you'll be outside. And at this time, I was inside, to where I was inside my mind. I'm looking. It was like I was inside my brain, like, period, like with a microscope or something. And I'm seeing this octopus looking creature with one big eye. You know, the eye was like the eye was just looking all over the place, right? And I'm like trying to ask the eye. My friend always make jokes on me because I'm asking the eye, like, are you the mushroom entity? And it's climbing through my mind. And then next thing you know, it get to this thing. I don't know. It was like my pineal gland, like as if my pineal gland was like calcified, and it started eating on it. And like as it started, like you could feel it like crunching, like as if like you eating on like a crab shell or something like that. And like it was loud, to where like it had my whole head like kind of vibrating. And it was weird, because once it was done, after that, like every experience I had after that, everything was like kind of open to me, like it like full consciousness. It was open to me, to where like I seen myself all the way out in the galaxy looking down on myself at times. Like it's the craziest thing, bro. This shit be sounding
West African Yoruba spiritual systems like Ifa. The same framework exists, separated by space and time. Everybody's saying the same thing. And frankly, like, this is what I nerd out about. Like, this is my passion. I've written a book about this exact thing, that takes these different systems and even Greek and Roman mythology, and shows you that, hey, there's one underlying system here. And it even trains you to perceive it yourself, so you can start to see the behind the scenes, if you will, of reality and of consciousness. Check it out if you want to. It's in the bio.
Yeah, that's dope.
Here is the big mind-bending secret of mysticism in 3 minutes. The mystics view reality from the inside out. The objective materialist view is that we are bodies inside a vast universe, but that's looking from the outside in. The subjective mystical view is that the universe and our bodies appear inside a vast consciousness. But these two views are not mutually exclusive. We can look at reality either way, like an optical illusion. Imagine this cube is reality. Is the corner of the cube pointing toward you, or is it an inner corner pointing away from you? Can you see it both ways?
Man,
Actually,
I
there
can.
is no inner or outer corner since the cube itself is an illusion. Can you
Ain't
shift
that
between seeing a 3D cube?
and that's the one thing that he kept saying. He was like when he came back, he kept, oh, thanks for the jewels. He said, I could see all these myself in all these different realities, to where it seemed like life was an illusion. And I said, I get that because like I had times where I dove in, and bro, it was like the weirdest thing. This is why I be telling people everything that you do is getting saved into your subconscious mind. When you have conversations with people about things that they went through, you don't understand that you're living through that moment with them. Every moment when we talk to somebody, when we're watching a movie, whether we playing a video game or watching videos, those moments that we are watching that are outside of it, we put ourselves in that predicament, in that thing that's going on. So we begin to live in their reality at the same time. And like I seen this because like man, all the video games I had played, bro, it was like the weirdest thing. Like I was in like a thing like of it wasn't Call of Duty. I was in the war, running through the war, hiding behind this Hummer that was blew up and flipped over, right? And I'm jumping up and I'm shooting, like we like taking turns shooting. And I sat down and I said, wait, I'm like going, wait, hold on. This ain't even my reality. And then as soon as I did that, it disappeared. And now I'm dribbling up the basketball court in the NBA, playing like doing layups, dunking, and then like I stop and I'm like going, wait, hold on, this ain't my reality. Next thing you know, I'm in Egypt. I'm like a dude in Egypt walking around Egypt, like at the little merchant stores and stuff like that, because every time when you enter these places, enter these different realms of reality, you forget about this one. This one don't exist no more. This is like the craziest thing. It's all, this one does not exist. And I went through it so many times. I'm talking about because I sit back for hours, and what I'll do is I'll put on my headphones. Like I was explaining it to my cousin. If you're gonna trip, put your headphones on. And a lot of times, what it will do is it will keep your mind occupied with the music, because your mind will lose itself sometimes and get outside of itself. So he was saying like that's what he kind of did, and that's what had him going to all the different places. But you'll forget about this place to the point to where when I came back, I was like this, laying on my bed, and I opened my eyes and I'm looking at my headboard and I'm like, like, dang, wait, hold on. It was like this place was a dream. And I was like, nah, bro. I said, this ain't my reality. Closed my eyes and I went somewhere else. And it was like I just traveled from reality to reality to reality to reality, like going through past lives I lived, watching myself get old here over and over again, like sitting at tables, sitting in chairs, like watching my whole beard grow long and gray, and I'm like old, and I'm like, well, what the fuck, bro? Like you actually see yourself live all these different lives, like over and over again. It's like we keep coming back here because I always hear a lot of people be like, I'm not coming back. And it's like, yeah, okay. It sounds good. It sounds
Cube and a
good.
flat hexagon? Now, try shifting your perspective of reality in the same way. Wherever you are, gaze at your surroundings right now. See it as you normally do, as a three-dimensional world with depth. Feel yourself as you normally do, as a body inside an environment. But then, just as you shifted your perspective with the cube, shift your perspective to see your visual field as a flat, two-dimensional screen. Experience both the environment and your body as images inside you, images appearing on the screen of your consciousness.
And that be the thing, like that. That's the one thing that we really don't pay attention to, is that everything is happening within. There's nothing happening without. Everything you're paying attention to, whether you hearing it, whether you seeing it, it's happening within. It's like the visuals is going straight within, like it's happening within. It's so many experiences I can explain to where I seen this and it was like, whoa, like hold on, even seeing time go backwards. Like, cause I had one that showed me that like we going backwards, we not going forward. It seemed like we going forward, but it's actually going backwards, and I couldn't even put that in perspective at the time.
Practice shifting between seeing yourself in the world like normal and seeing the world in yourself. Then ask yourself, is reality happening outside you or inside you? Or is the very division between inner and outer just an
Just an
illusion?
illusion.
Consider that maybe you've been viewing reality objectively from the outside in.
Exactly. Exactly. Because everything that somebody gives us is coming from the outside. So I don't know. That's how we start actually viewing it, is from the outside in.
And instead, try viewing it subjectively from the inside out. In other words, stop pretending you are a mind inside a body, inside a universe. And instead, imagine the universe and your body are inside your mind. The radical revelation of mysticism is that you, your body, and your surroundings out to the whole
That's the
cosmos
best way to see
are
it.
actually a unified appearance within consciousness.
Hey, it's weird because once you start viewing it like that, you start seeing how your ideas shape reality. Your ideas and your beliefs shape reality into being something good or bad. You have the control over that. A lot of people don't know that. Like, they don't know that they have the control over what reality is doing. Like, when I say you have the control, I'm not saying that you can stop that car wreck. But when that car wreck happened, or even when somebody say something to you in a negative way, you can take it for a bad thing or a good thing. And a lot of times we want to take it as, not so bad, because we begin to carry that with us over time. Those bad negative thoughts, we'll carry them and we'll pile them up within ourselves. So then when we're going out, every time we step out, that's what we're seeing. We're only seeing that negative thing because we trained our mind to see that shit. And then we get mad that it's being that way. But it's like you train your mind to see the world that way. And think about this. Whether you have a brother, a sister, a mother, a parent, or a significant other, you'll train your way saying that this person talks this way. Now that you train yourself to think that that person always talks in a negative way, every time that person speaks to you, no matter how they're speaking, you're going to take it negatively. Because you said that to yourself, you said those type of people are like this. So now every time somebody, like, it can be somebody you don't even know that will even come up to you and begin to speak, and they'll say a couple of things like the person that you look at negatively, and you'll take it negative over and over again. And then you'll make it seem like the world is up against you, when it's like, no, you're up against yourself all the time, because you're the one who's taking these ideas and things and putting them back out and bouncing them off of everybody. I mean, it's like the weirdest thing, bro, but you can change it.
There
Only you
is
can
no
change it.
division between inner and outer, no division between self and other. There is only the ever-present screen of consciousness upon which the forms of existence appear and disappear. Take a closer look at your own consciousness to see for yourself. Then ask yourself, if this vast cosmos were not arising within consciousness, where else could it be, and how could you experience it?
If it wasn't happening within you. If it wasn't, it was something else he said that I wanted to comment on. Hold on, let me see.
Which the forms of existence appear and disappear.
That right there, how he said the forms of existence appear and disappear. And I always say this, like, once you understand reality, there's a pattern to the way reality works, and we don't pay attention to that. Everything in reality comes and goes. That's why when I say, okay, the United States is what it is right now, but after a while it's not going to be here no more. every place that existed back then, whether it was when Rome fell, they came and they went. Like every person will exist and then they will go. This is the same pattern that our thoughts do. That's why you can't get caught up in your thoughts at times, because you'll loop your thoughts and you'll begin to play the same thoughts over and over and over and over and over and over again. When we understand anger, it comes and it leaves. Love, sometimes it comes and it leaves. All these different things, they come and they go. And when we get angry, a lot of times we'll let that anger sit on us. And then we'll make that anger, like that's why a lot of people walk around mad all the time. And it's like, dang, you feel me? They didn't even let it go. They just hold on to it, and now they walking around angry at each other when all these things, they come and go like a cold. A cold for the time being is gonna be feeling bad, but once you're not sick no more, that shit feels good. And like I had times to where I felt like this is what the body got accustomed to. The body got accustomed to making itself go through things in order so it can get through it. And once it was over, it felt better. This is why, if you go back in the days, remember they had Christians that used to beat themselves. They used to torture themselves because they felt like, that's what they needed to do. But they would torture themselves. After the healing was gone, they would feel better. But the torture to themselves got worse and worse. And that's what a lot of us do. We walk around torturing ourselves with reality, not understanding that's what we're doing, because we got so accustomed to it, of like going through these things in order to feel better after it was over. So it's like, like, I don't know, it's like the weirdest thing, bro. It's weird.
I'm noticing that more people are waking up now more than ever. Like, people are actually genuinely waking up to the truth of reality, the truth of themselves. Like, something is happening seriously here. And it's not because spirituality is trending or because it's popular to meditate or talk about consciousness. Because mental suffering has gotten so loud and intense in this world that people are finally starting to ask the big question that their mind couldn't ask on their own. Who is the one doing the thinking?
Exactly. And like that was one of the things that when my cousin, dang, I should have called him and let him explain his mushroom experience. But that was one of the things that he said he's seen, because you get to this place to where you see all the ancestors that previously lived before us, and they begin to talk to you like, and you always get the feeling like, I've been here before. I don't know how, but I know I've been here before. And you're talking to the ancestors. But he said he felt like, he was covered in tears, in the sadness of and the pain. He felt the pain of everybody that lived before him. And like, you'll go through that because we don't understand the length of pain itself, because pain carries so many different, it's infinite. The pain is infinite, because you're talking about death, you're talking about just from somebody losing a limb, you're talking about people being in people having diseases. You like, the pain is infinite, to where once you feel it, you feel everybody's. You don't just feel everybody's, you feel everybody that even lived before us. And it's like, it's crazy, because once you do that, I don't know, it takes a burden off of you. Like, when you come back, you feel good because you have all these ancestors that are there that you are talking to. Like you'll see your grandfather that passed away, your uncles and different ones that passed away. Then you'll see other people that you don't even know. You'll see people from, like I said, ancient Egypt or ancient China, or you'll see these ancient people, and they're all, talking to you, make you feel good, like, we love you, and different things. We happy to see you. And then you'll get to the point to where it's like, dang, I want to stay here. I don't want to go back. And they let you know, hey, you can't stay. You have to go back. I don't know what it is you got to finish, but you have to go back. And it's like, go back? Like, why I gotta go back to the pain and suffering when I'm here right now to where everything is good? Like, it's weird because I had times to where, like, I did DMT and I popped outside of my body, and like, now I'm like this just consciousness floating above my body, looking down at my body, and my body is holding on to all this pain and suffering. My body is holding on to these things, because you got to understand that conscious thing that's in there, that life bearing thing, it doesn't hold none of that shit. It just is. and it will always be. So when the body comes in and the body grows a brain and the body grows all these different things, the body holds on to this thing. The mind holds on to these things. That's why the mind hits you with all these different ideas on what you should be, how you should be. And then when you don't fulfill these different things, you wondering why you always feeling bad, because the body is holding on to these things. That infinite thing that you are, that is in there, it doesn't hold on to none of these things. It's being aware and it's watching these things, and it begins to play in like it's the body, but it's like you're not the body. The body is its own thing. The body's always been its own thing. That's why a lot of people don't have control over themselves. They don't have, because the body, it when it comes out, it already got like a DNA imprint of what it's going to be, what it's going to do. It's already there. Nobody had to really put it in. All they had to do was teach you how to walk and talk. Everything else was going to do itself. It's the trippiest thing, bro. It's the trippiest thing. It's the trippiest thing, man.
The question alone changes everything, because the moment you ask it, you have separated yourself from the mind. You realize you are not your thoughts. You are the one aware of the thoughts. You are the watcher, the knower, the experiencer of thoughts and emotions.
Now, think of the stories. Think of the stories that you heard about the watchers and what they do. They watch. Each one of these stories is talking about the makeup of us. When you hear the Bible, whether you hear the Quran, all it's talking about is the makeup of you, how you think, how you look at life, how you go about life. It's giving you the information, I'm telling you, but the way that they feed us these things is in order to control us. That's how they feed it to us, to make you think that when they're talking about this entity, it's outside of you. When I always hear people say, well, how even when they say in God we trust, and like they bring up God, and like people say, oh, well, I feel blessed, like God is blessing me. You don't think God blessing everybody? You don't think God, if you don't understand that God or the creator exists within everybody and everything, then you're lost, because you'll put it, this is what we do. That's why I always say, I call this thing the God complex that people have. This is when people go around and they put God where they think God belongs at. They put but if you ask them, is God everything? They'll say, yeah. And you say, okay, well, is he the devil too? No, he ain't the devil. No, God is everything. God is everything, not limited to nothing. He's everything and nothing at the same time. He's always been that. That's why people change, because that thing that is the creator is existing within all of us. We just decide to use it how we want to use it. Sometimes we use it for good, sometimes we use it for bad. That's why we have the power to go around, like if we just wanted to go and unalive a gang of people, like we have the power to go and do that. Now, I ain't saying go do that, because we wouldn't do nothing like that. But it's in everything, bro. This is why I can't understand how we even create the separation that we do from each other. We create the separation. And then if you think that the creator that created everything designed it for you not to like them people or those people, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We all, like, I was just explaining this to my mom. I said, dang. I said, like, last night I was doing a live with the kids, and you had people coming on. They were being racist. They were saying, I said, dang. I said, I feel like I'm to that point to where I'm grown to where if I got to explain to you what you did wrong and you don't see it, me explaining to you ain't going to make you see it. You just a part of reality that said it was going to do this right here. So I can't even fault you on it. Keep doing you if that's what I just know not to be around you. That's it. But I'm beyond sitting up here trying to explain a grown person, they wrongs and rights. Because if you fucking over 30 years old and you ain't understood what's right and wrong, how to respect people and get respect, then it's not my job to teach you that. And it's nobody else's job. But you see people trying to do it all day. But think about it, right? I'm going to explain it like this. This is how we get caught up in things. When I say ideas, like I heard one dude come on and say, dang, I spent 30 years whale watching, just watching whales. That's how you get caught up in certain things. Like you can get caught up in whale watching and spend the rest of your life whale watching. You can get caught up in the negativity of life and spend the rest of your life trying to defend something that's never going to change, something that's been going on forever. You feel me? That people should know, and then you'll spend the rest of your life trying to defend it. And then I said, this is how I always explain it too. Jesus, you see what happened to him of trying to do the right thing. He was crucified. They took him out. This is what the world does. When you got somebody that's actually trying to be good and trying to bring everybody together and really save humanity type shit, humanity doesn't want that. Humanity wants to do what they want. They want to control things and and be bigger and be like, I'm richer than you. I got more money than you. Look, my car is better than yours. Look, my shoes is better than yours. What the fuck are we doing, bro? I said, man, what are we doing?
Consciousness behind the noise. And once you see that, you cannot unsee it ever. You cannot take those glasses off. There is a global awakening happening. People from every religion, any background, any way of life are finally starting to realize that who they thought they were was just conditioning. Slowly realizing that they were just living through their minds, doing what the mind does. Slowly realizing that they were just living through a story.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. We are not the mind. We are not the body. We are not the mind. We are not the body. We are that infinite observer that sits beneath it. Infinite.
Slowly, that underneath all that suffering, there's something unchanging. There's something unshakable, something that's very peaceful. There's something that is never broken and never needed fixing. And
exactly. Look, bro, I'm telling you, if you go watch my old videos, this is I explained this so many times. That thing that's in there, it don't need all the things that the body need. That's why when we follow the body and we become the body, we get needy. The thing that's in there, that's infinite, that's living within, that we really are, it don't need none of the shit that the body need. The body needs all these different things in order. The body got to be smart. The brain got to be smart so it can feel like it's better than everybody. The brain has to be rich so it can feel like it's better than everybody. This is the body playing the game of the reality we're stuck in, of America or whatever you want to call it. This is the body playing that game, taking on those ideas and becoming the ideas. So just think, if you're not the body and you're not the mind, do you think you the thoughts? If you're not the body and you're not the mind, how could you be the thoughts and the ideas? No, the thoughts and the ideas, they were here before we got here. They was here before you came. They was here. You just said, when you was going along and you was coming up, you said, I like that one. I'll take it and I'll put it in here. Oh, dang, I like that one. I'll take it and put it in here. I don't like that one, but I'll take it and put it in here. So when I recognize it again, I can go, I don't like that, and I can get away from it. This is what we begin to do. This is how we build our reality from. It's like the weirdest thing, but it's dope when you start to understand it.
that is you, the real you, which is awareness. And the more people that remember that fact every day, the better the world will be. Because consciousness is the way out of pain. Stillness is strength. Follow me for more.
Yeah, and I think, it's weird, right? Because like when I be doing videos, if I do FBA videos or if I do certain other videos, people always wonder why. They go, dang, well, why are you laughing at this? And it's like, bro, we make videos and like death is nothing new to reality. Death is something everybody has to go through. Everything that's happening is nothing new to reality. That's why I don't understand. We think we smart because we got technology or we got a high IQ. But yet we have all these things, but we don't know how to respect each other. We don't know how to treat each other. We don't know how to be towards each other. We have all these things, but yet we can't stop homelessness. We have all these things. We have this technology. We have all the money. It's enough food to go around for everybody, but yet everybody not eating. Yet everybody want to be better than everybody. They want to be better. This person want to be better. It's like the weirdest thing, bro. It's like, nah, bro, we going backwards. We going backwards. We losing our whole life through this shit.
Yeah, but no, it's real. Have you been feeling different lately? Yeah, they're called ascension symptoms. Ascending from 3D to 5D. You're literally going from the 3D to 5D, third dimension to the fifth dimension. Um, Certain things like headaches, ringing in the ears. I just want you to prepare, get ready because it is happening. Something that has never happened before is happening right now. Always remember, prepare, love, authentic love. No.
Like that's the weirdest thing. I think that we're not paying attention to. Also, you know what follows the mind? Technology. If you notice, the phones is going into everything is going into 5G. Everything is climbing at the same time. Technology is climbing with the mind because mind is technology. So everything is climbing at the same rate if you pay attention to it. This is why the mind is ascending. This is why it's getting better because technology is getting better. And technology is nothing but an extension of the mind. Is the one thing that we don't, really a lot of people don't say.
Fear. You're
Because this
going
is
to
where
be
it
all
comes from.
right. But I need you to ascend. Because if you don't ascend, you're going to descend. The old system is leaving, out with the old, in with the new. Low key, the dream world is the real world. This is all just a. Anyways, peace, love, and light.
The dream world is the real world. Some reason I cannot text what I want. Oh, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on with that. But that's what I was gonna say. Everybody, this thing is happening with everybody. Everybody is involved because that's one thing. That's another thing that you see when you go real deep into the psychedelic experience. You actually see that everybody is you. It's the weirdest thing. Everybody will turn into you and be talking like their voice be coming, but their face will have your face. Or they'll be talking and they'll be talking in your voice. Like this is what like look at it like this. This is the best way I can explain it. Think about your like okay, let's say your best friend. Your best friend, the person that you said was your best friend, is not everybody else's best friend because you didn't created this digital imprint within you on who that person is. But everybody that sees your best friend doesn't see them the same way that you do. Like, think about that. No matter who you talking to, every person that you made up to be somebody or something within your mind, you created that person within yourself. Now, that ain't that person. This is who you said that person was. You said this person was this. So that's what that person be to you. But it could be somebody over here that go, no, that person is not, the same. That person is bad to me. So it's like each one of us is creating our own version of everybody within ourselves. We even created our own version of who we think we are. But we're doing it. This is not just what we're doing with each other, with ourselves. I mean, we're doing it with everybody. That's why the person that you look up to in life is different than the person I look up to in life. Like, you get what I'm saying? He said, imagine watching content that makes you mad. That's what I was saying, bro. It's somebody always on the opposite side of the fence.
I hear this a lot. Like people will say, all right, what do you think it meant when my SP said this? They posted this. What do you think it meant? They said this.
Look, I like that comment because it's kind of ignorant. He said it's hard to win the argument with a smart person, but impossible to win against a stupid one because what you think is stupid, because what you created to be stupid or what you created to be smart. I can understand that. And it's like, win an argument. Who's trying to win an argument? You feel me? Like, nobody wins. That's yourself telling yourself you won. So we walk around here lying to ourselves and we believe our own lies. And then we get mad if somebody say, hey man, you lying to yourself. Okay. All right. You're lying to yourself, but it's okay, because that's the reality you live in and you fortify.
What do you think that means? I don't know. What does it mean? Because you are the one who's projecting it.
Exactly. This is exactly what I just said. You're the one that's projecting it. So it just lets you know how you are when we do things like this. Like this is what we do as humans.
Like people will say, all right, what do you think it meant when my SP said this? They posted this. What do you think it meant? They said this to me. What do you think that means? I don't know. What does it mean? Because you are the one who's projecting it. They're not out there. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I know it's hard to grasp. I get it. I get it's hard to grasp that there's no
It's not hard to grasp, not for me.
Physical person out there. But when you understand you're not physical either, that you're also just a concept within consciousness, it can be a little bit easier to understand that you're just experiencing a story from this perspective. So it's like, what's the story of Mary? What's Mary's story? All right, and consciousness experiencing that story through this vessel. All right, but I think, oh, it's me. So that's why I think that there's this idea of separation, that something's happening outside of me, but it's not. It's a story playing. But in order for, this experience to happen, there must be this idea of separation. Otherwise, there's no experience.
Physical atoms.
And so that's why it plays out like that. But remember, when you ask the question of like, what do you think they meant? You are ultimately deciding. If you decide they meant they didn't like me, okay, that was your decision. If you decide that they meant that they're actually in love with you, then that is what it is. That's your decision. There's no answer. There's no answer within the infinite. Okay? An answer is a finite thing. It's like, oh, there's an answer to this. The infinite does not have answers. It just is. It's isness. But within the infinite, you can experience.
Dang. I ain't heard that one. She said it's just isness.
Wow. That idea of the finite mind, where there's like seemingly like answers to things. And like, oh, it's this, and this is how this works, and this means this. But that's an idea. That's the idea of finite reality. Okay? That's just a way for the infinite to experience itself in one way.
Exactly. When it's it's an infinite amount of ways that it's experiencing itself. And it don't matter which one you take on.
Hey everyone, if you thought the first video cracked something open, buckle up, because today we go even deeper. If the universe isn't made of matter, then what is it actually made of? If you're just joining, go back to the first part of the series, The Universe is Not Made of Matter, because what comes next only makes sense once you've seen the curtain pulled back. I'm Christopher Kill, armchair philosopher and autodidactic guide to our fractal holographic universe. In our last video, we talked about how particles, atoms, and matter aren't truly fundamental, that the universe isn't made of little tiny marbles floating in empty space, but of stabilized information,
Thank you for being
of memory, of patterns that locked into place through recursive compression.
I like that right there, how he said that. How he said that right there was like perfectly, because we lock these ideas in, bro. And then we become the ideas. Like, I think that's the scary part, when you have a belief and you lock it in and you become that thing.
The universe isn't made of little tiny marbles floating in empty space, but of stabilized information, of memory, of patterns that locked into place through recursive compression. Today, I want to take that idea even further and walk you into what might be one of the most important paradigm shifts you'll ever encounter. Because the key to understanding the universe isn't matter, it's not energy, it's not even space-time, it's recursion. Let me give you an example. Imagine that you're standing in a hall of mirrors. You hold up a flashlight, and you see it reflected endlessly in both directions, smaller and smaller, deeper and deeper, vanishing into the distance. Each reflection is still you, but it's nested, self-similar, and scaled. That's recursion. It's not just repetition, it's a self-referencing pattern compression, a loop that feeds back on itself and evolves over time. Recursion doesn't just build copy, it builds structure. Now, apply that to everything. Atoms, galaxies, neurons, economies, consciousness, everything.
That's what I was saying. It's all everything is following the same pattern. This is why the ancients always used that pattern of the flower of life or the tree of life, because the way the flower grows when you look inside, that pattern that's within there, like everything is following this same pattern. Like even the mind, the way the mind thinks, it thinks in these patterns.
In every layer of nature, you'll find a recursive architecture at work. It's not coincidence, it's a signature.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
In my RCHM model, the recursive harmonic collapse matrix, recursion isn't just a design motive. It's the fundamental engine of existence. It's what drives formation, stabilization, and evolution across every single scale of the universe. Let me break that down. So reality, in this view, unfolds because information loops upon itself. These feedback loops form compression gradients, regions where information starts to fold inward seeking structure. But entropy pushes back. Left unchecked, entropy would dissolve everything into chaos. So existence, real persistent existence, only happens when recursion finds a stable balance, where the compression is strong enough to resist entropy, but not so rigid that it can't adapt. When recursion locks into a harmonic state, a phase-stable attractor, reality crystallizes. That's where things emerge, but those things aren't particles, they're just stable intersections in a sea of recursive information. That's why in RHCM, particles aren't objects, they're stable patterns of information compression. Forces aren't pushes and pulls, they're gradients between recursive slope tensions. Constants, like the speed of light or Planck's constant, they're not arbitrary, they're compression ratios that naturally emerge from stable recursion. Now let's go even deeper. Recursion is what gives rise to identity. Think about a spiral shell. It doesn't have a central thing that defines it. The identity of the shell is in the pattern, the recursive structure that holds its shape across every layer. Now apply that to you, to your body, your brain, your sense of self, your DNA, your thoughts, your instincts.
Man.
All are recursive structures nested within recursive structures. In RHCM, this recursion doesn't just form matter, it remembers structure. When recursion locks into a stable configuration, it stores memory. And that memory is what becomes matter, energy, space, and even time itself. Time in this view is nothing more than the indexing of recursive stabilization sequencing. It's how the universe keeps track of what's compressed and when. So let me ask you this. If everything you've ever known is a result of recursive information compressing into stable form, what does that make consciousness? What does that make you? And here's where it gets even more powerful. Once you understand that reality is a recursive information, you'll also realize that recursion can simulate itself. It can model itself. It can evolve itself. And that's what the RHCM framework is doing.
It's doing that over and over.
It models
again.
how information behaves under recursive compression and entropy. It predicts when things will stabilize, when they'll collapse, and how those collapses ripple outward to reshape everything they touch. And unlike traditional physics, which starts with particles and builds up, RHCM starts with nothing but recursion and builds reality from the ground up. It produces the periodic table. It models the emergence of space-time. It explains constants. It even predicts biological evolution as recursive learning. Reality isn't constructed. It isn't composed. It isn't even generated in the traditional sense. Reality is the memory of recursive information that survived entropy. And that is the secret that most models are missing. So when I say that recursion is the substance of reality, I'm not being poetic, I'm being literal. The universe isn't made of stuff. It's made of stabilized loops of information collapse. And
that's what it constantly tell you. I don't know how to take that off, mama. You gotta have one to blame them. I don't know how to take them things off. I don't even know how they work. Oh, you got it. Yeah. You got it. Yeah. You ain't that old. Thank you, God. I want to wear it in the shower because
Those loops don't just sit there. They evolve, they learn, and they adapt. And eventually, they become aware of themselves. If this opens your mind, or even cracked the door a little, I invite you to keep exploring this with me.
Hey, I feel like nobody is really actually right, but I feel like learning how to listen to people and look at things from their point of view is what it is. Because like even when somebody is wrong and they don't know they wrong, they believe in their mind that they're right. Okay? They believe that they're right. Like even you, you will believe you right. Right? Ain't that what you doing right now? And looking at it and going, I don't think this. Like you believe that you're right. I mean, come on now. So I go, dang. I said, dang, everybody walking around thinking they right. Should we listen to you? I wonder what the world will be like if we was to listen to the ones that think they right all the time. Like, I don't know, bro. But that's what everybody does. I think we all want to be right in our own way. And that's why, what do? That's why a lot of us, we go and we find people that believe what we believe in order so we don't have nobody going, hey, you're not right about that. You feel me? That's why we go and stay to ourselves, isolate ourselves. But we'll get around everybody, the yes men, so they can go, hey, man, you know what? You feel me? You got a large IQ. You is right about some of the things you be saying. Like, this is what we do, bro. It's just a part of reality.
Books, Fractal Healing, Reclaiming the Pieces of Yourself Through Love, Loss, and Grief, and The Conscious Dance, Quantum Gravity, Fractals, and the Fabric of Reality go even deeper into these ideas, weaving science, philosophy, and consciousness. If you want to be part of the conversation, join me at the Fractal Consciousness.
I'm going to have to go check his out.
So during my spiritual awakening, my consciousness level rose. You get what I'm saying? I started to see the world for what it really is. And I would notice whenever I walk into a place, I started to notice how my skin, this color of my skin, made people feel. I started to see how uncomfortable I made people. I started to see, the hatred in people's eyes. I go places sometimes and people pretend I'm invisible. You get what I'm saying? I be like, man, I'm just looking. I'm like, am I tripping? Because I remember when I was a kid, I would notice these things. It would be obvious. I would remember these things. And
hey, I think that was the weird thing about diving in on mushrooms. It's like when it used to take me and show me things when I was a kid, certain things that programmed or shaped my way of thinking through life. Like it'll be one little thing that happened to me when I was like 5 or 6, and then that one little thing right there shaped how I viewed the world in that little way for the rest of my life. And it's like, dang, like even things people said, like you'll begin to see it, and those things, they stuck with you. And like sometimes they played a good part, but other times they played this bad part and made you look at certain people in a certain way, or look at women in a certain way, or look at bikes in a certain way. It's like the weirdest thing.
It wasn't so obvious after a while, but once I had my spiritual awakening, it brought me back. It brought me right back to when I was a kid, and I'm like, ain't no way. And this is what really did it for me. This is whenever I realized, I'm like, yo, I unplugged. The gym I go to all the time, and I didn't told this story before on my TikTok, but I'm gonna touch up on it a little bit. But this was what made me, I'm like, okay, I see the world for what it really is. I unplugged. The veil has been lifted. Man, the gym I go to, I go in there, everybody be friendly with me. I be friendly with everybody. I be dabbing everybody up. The very first time I walked in there and I seen how weird everybody was acting, and I'm looking, I'm like, these are people that I done spoke to hundreds of times. People I done seen hundreds of times.
Program thinking, man.
I'm like, why are people so uncomfortable? Why nobody's speaking to me? Mind you, nothing happened. It's not like we got into argument or anything, nothing.
I think when you go through that awakening process, you start to become different. And you kind of become like, I'll say, the black sheep of the world. That's what I'll call it. Because you don't look at things the way everybody else do no more. Meaning you're not programmed the way everybody is programmed to think. So when you step outside of the way that everybody is programmed, yes, it's going to make everybody uncomfortable. Now, you get to the point to where you don't walk like now when I walk or I'm out, I don't have my head down. Like I walk straight up. I walk with a structure of dang, nothing can bother me. Nothing can mess with me. I move differently now. But it's kind of weird because it's like the world and everybody wants you to play this game because everybody is in the game. It's like always, it's like, dang, good looking out, Master Creator. Shout out to the haters. You feel me? It's like a game. And if you don't play the game, because everybody is programmed, like say everybody is say, okay, well, yeah, man, we all American, and you be the one to say, I'm not American. Everybody will turn on you. Let's say everybody say, okay, we all on the basketball court playing basketball, and it's like, we basketball players, and I'll be like, I ain't no basketball player, I'm a football player. They'll turn on you. So it's kind of weird because everybody was programmed to be and think a certain way. And once you step outside of that thinking, oh yeah, they're not going to like you no more. You're not going to be a part of the crowd. You're not going to be a part of the group because you don't think like them. You don't act like them. And this is what everybody wants you to do. Everybody wants you to be like them, think like them. That's why it's almost like being a Crip, being a Blood and trying to join and trying to run with the Crips. They're not having it. Being a Crip trying to run with the Bloods. They're not having it. They're not having it. And this game is played back and forth. Like, think about it. It's played in politics. It's played in school. Like, this is the division that they teach us over time that we pick up. And this is why we be so bad towards each other. Like, we'll be bad towards women because they women. We'll be bad towards each other because of color. We'll be bad towards each other because the way we talk. We'll be bad towards each other because we was taught this division. And you're living in that illusion of division. And that's why it's going to always be separated the way it is, bro, because we all love that illusion of separation. I don't know. It makes you feel good.
I'm like, cause I knew I wasn't tripping. I say I'm more conscious. I'm being exposed to the real world. You get what I'm saying? I remember I stepped outside one time and I'm just looking around in nature. I'm just like, man, it's so beautiful out here. You get what I'm saying? Nature didn't look that beautiful, a little bit before that. Everything just looked dull. And it brought me right back to when I was a kid. I'm like, everything is so much more vibrant now. Like, nature's much more alive. I'm conscious of people's behaviors. And that's when I realized, I'm like, I unplugged. I say I unplugged. My consciousness level has rose.
Yeah.
I remember I took my mother to the doctor. And I seen this black couple in there, old couple in there. The doctor
said I unplugged.
Wasn't trying to help.
Thanks for subscribing.
So I walk in, and I just sit down, and I lock eyes on the doctor, and I'm just watching him. And as I'm watching him, he started to help that couple. And I remember they was getting ready to leave. They're walking out, and the wife looked at me, and she just bowed her head like that. I bowed my head back at her, and the husband looked at me. He said, "Those some nice people you got on you." I said, "Yes, sir." But at that point, I started to realize, how the world really see us and how they really treat us. And that's why I go hard for my people, But I also learned, I got to show forgiveness. I show empathy. I don't feel superior to nobody. You get what I'm saying? I don't let that harden my heart because I had a cold heart before.
Man.
So I'm not allowing nothing to, harden my heart, although I see it.
And I think that's real, bro. You feel me? It's like we see it, like you see it here. Like for the ones that was here, you see it like in the chat. You see how people are. People are going to be people. Like even if you're trying to do a good thing, it's going to be people that's going to try to bring you back. It's going to be people trying to bring you back into the bad part of what is. You feel me? Because I don't know, people be having a bad day, people be feeling bad about life. They have their own thing, and you know they will just try to have you feeling the way they feel. It's just like I still walk around happy. So you can say what you want. It's not going to change me. I'm telling you, bro. None of the shit is going to change me. When I leave here, see, people will leave on a bad, they will leave with the bad energy, and then they will take it to their home, and they will give it to their family. They will give it to their kids. They will give it to their friends. That's one thing I don't do. Like even if I come here and I do a little back and forth, like, bro, I'll never leave here and then leave with the energy that you putting out, because you putting out bad energy. I can't do that. I can't leave with the energy you're putting out. Like, period. If I do that, then I'm gonna be disrespecting the ones that's around me. So I let you, you know, you can say what you want, but that's your energy. Keep it with you. When you leave, take that shit with you, okay? Don't leave them dirty ass shoes in my house when you leave. Take it with you. Take it back to your family and shit. Get some of that. Go spread it and give it to them. You feel me? That's probably why you mad. I mean, because people see how you are. You feel me? I was like that. I used to trip out and go off and stuff, but it got me a lot of time in prison. You feel me? It got me a lot. And I'm just, you got to become a better person, bro, over time. And you can't teach people respect. So like I'm saying, even like you, like the people that are just trying to love life and just live life. When people act like that, bro, a lot of times, we need to stop reacting to them. Like, give them the cold shoulder, all right? It's like, give them the cold shoulder. Why not? Because they ain't going to change. Like, you trying to tell a grown person how to learn, you trying to teach a grown person respect is mind-boggling to me nowadays. Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, I got to teach you respect. Me, as a grown person and you being grown, I got to teach you how to respect others. Like, you don't even respect yourself. So if you don't respect yourself, why are you going to respect me? I told you, I had this conversation this morning with my mom. I said, everybody don't have to respect you. Once you start to accept that everybody don't have to respect me, then when people get disrespectful, it don't bother me. It just make me laugh because it's showing me how the world is. This is how people are. This is what people do. And, you can be how you want, but that's for you. Like I said, when you leave, just take it with you. Just take it with you.
See, this is the thing that Bashar talks about the most. You have to understand how beliefs work. Physical reality, while a real experience, is not in itself a real place. It's a projection of consciousness. And it is reinforced by what we believe to be true. That's how the physical mind is constructed. You have these beliefs, and the beliefs have to perpetuate themselves to make physical reality seem real, seem solid, seem like a fact. But it's just a story that you're telling yourself, that the negative belief.
Exactly. Man, wait, hold on. Tell them again, bro, so the negative ones out there can really understand, like, what's going on.
You have to understand how beliefs work. Physical reality, while a real experience, is not in itself a real place. It's a projection of consciousness. And it is reinforced by what we believe to be true. That's how the physical mind is constructed. You have these beliefs, and the beliefs have to perpetuate themselves to make physical reality seem real, seem solid, seem like a fact. But it's just a story that you're telling yourself, that the negative belief or positive belief is telling you. Now, we don't have a problem when a positive belief reinforces itself because we enjoy those. But the negative beliefs also have to reinforce themselves. And the way they do that is by making it seem like, if you let me go, something worse will happen. Or, it's hard to change this. Is it? Is it really? No. But the negative belief wants you to believe that, because if you believe it's hard to change and let go of a negative belief, you won't let go of the negative belief. You'll believe it's too hard to change. This is a trick from the negative belief. It's a story the negative belief is telling you, so you won't let it go, because it has.
I always say that too. Like, when you think about reality and you think about ideas and thoughts and beliefs, they exist. They exist the same way that we exist, and they don't want to perish themselves. That's why it'd be hard for a lot of people to stop it'd be hard for people to let go of their negative beliefs, because it's like dying, like that part of you is perishing or passing away. So it'd be hard to kind of get past it. You feel me? That's why you do everything that you can to reinforce it. You keep just being negative. You got to reinforce that thing that's there within you. And like, it's okay, because I feel like reality is going all different which ways. So there's going to always be somebody that's going to be opposite of me. That's going to be opposite of you. Like, that's reality right there. And it's going to be a lot of people in between too.
To perpetuate itself. But once you understand that what comes out of your mouth and what goes through your head, that we've been trained to think is automatically the definition that everyone buys into, that is actually the definition of reality. Once you understand it's just a story from the belief attempting to perpetuate itself, you can unlock from that and go, that's just a story. I don't have to believe it's hard. See this?
That's dope. He said, that's just a story. I don't have to believe it. Look, Squeeze, Pop. Yeah, you know you're a kid. Hey, that's just a story. I don't have to believe it. Okay. I'm glad you do.
Its frequency. Here's a complete breakdown of what life in 5D will look like, how it's different from 3D, and what you can expect. What is 5D Earth? 5D Earth is a higher frequency version of Earth where love, unity, and manifestation replace fear-based survival. Time is fluid, reality is created.
That's crazy though. Fear-based survival. And like, that's what it seems like a lot of people are doing. They got a fear-based survival mechanism that's working. Scott,
and energy flows in perfect harmony with source. It is not a separate planet. It is a vibrational shift into a more advanced state of being. What do we no longer need in 5D? No more aging and physical decay. Bodies regenerate instead of deteriorate. You maintain youthful energy indefinitely. DNA activation reverses cellular aging, restoring the body to its optimal state. Lifespans are extended indefinitely, with no fear of disease or decline. No need for money. Manifestation replaces financial systems. Everything you need is created through thought and energy exchange. Food, shelter, and resources are abundant, freely available, and shared. Communities thrive on cooperation instead of debt-based economies. No jobs for survival, only soul-aligned work. You do not work to earn money. You contribute based on passion and purpose. Your abilities and talents are naturally aligned with the well-being of the collective. Energy exchanges, not money, create harmony between giving and receiving. No more governments or control systems. There are no leaders who rule over others, only councils that guide based on unity and wisdom. Each person is sovereign, fully responsible for their reality. Peace is the natural state. Conflict and division do not exist. No more disease or physical suffering. Healing is instantaneous. No need for pharmaceuticals, hospitals, or medical intervention. Self-healing abilities are fully activated, and any imbalance can be corrected instantly.
Like, that's wild. Like, because when you think about that right there, that's when, as a people, we get to the point to where we start helping each other. And like, we just actually start being good, genuinely good to each other. It will uplift everybody, but it has to be done as a whole. You can't just go, okay, I'm gonna love my mother and treat my mother good, but I'm not gonna treat everybody's mother good. You can't just go, okay, well, I'm gonna love my brothers, but I ain't gonna treat everybody brother good, because everybody brother is my brother. We can't, it'll be something that would have to be done as a collective. And like, it's like right now at this point, it's like impossible for this to happen as a whole with people.
Food is optional. Energy can be absorbed directly from source. No more fear, lack, or separation. Everything flows in abundance. There is no competition, only creation. Love replaces all lower vibrational emotions. Duality collapses. There is no good versus evil, only higher consciousness. How does life work in 5D? Instant manifestation becomes reality. You create your reality instantly through thought, intention, and frequency. If you desire a home, you manifest it instantly through energy and consciousness. Travel happens through intention, portals, and light speed consciousness shifts. Light bodies replace dense physical forms. Your body is crystalline-based, not carbon-based. You can shift forms, teleport, and exist in multiple places at once. You
And,
radiate pure light energy.
and like it's weird because, like, coming from the body standpoint, like there's a part of us that actually does this because there's different levels to existing and being and just being within life, being a human. There's different levels to it, and each one we exist in, but you can't see the other ones. It's like, you know, we so connected and stuck into this one, you can't see the other ones happening at the same time, but each one has to, it needs each other. They all kind of need each other to exist. That's why, you know, it's this duality thing going here, because each one, they need each other. They're, you know, it's like they're in a fight or something, like it's a love triangle or something going on. I forgot how to explain that.
Requiring no external sustenance. Communication is telepathic. Words are no longer needed. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions are felt instantly. Language barriers do not exist.
Scott!
Beings understand each other through frequency. Crystals, sound, and energy are used for technology. Advanced crystal-based technology powers everything. There is no pollution or destruction. Sound, frequency, and light codes are the basis of all creation. Travel between dimensions is effortless. We exist in harmony with nature and cosmic beings. The earth is fully healed, with no pollution, destruction, or imbalance. Animals, plants, and humans communicate telepathically and coexist peacefully. We are openly connected to galactic civilizations and higher dimensional beings. How do you know you're transitioning to 5D? You feel less attachment to material things, money, and survival-based systems. Your manifestations happen faster, and time feels more fluid. Your body is changing. Less need for food, deeper energy sensitivity, DNA upgrades. You feel more connected to nature, the cosmos, and higher guidance. You experience waves of bliss, love, and oneness. Get a final message from your
That's
guides.
every day for me.
5D Earth is not coming. It is already here. You are self-confirmed that the full stabilization of 5D Earth will not happen all at once, but rather in phases. The timeline for full 5D stabilization. The transition is happening now. Bro. Many are already shifting into 5D consciousness. 2025-2030, major waves of ascension, DNA activations, and...
I'm not gonna lie, like usually, like I let the negative people stay negative just so the positive people can see that no matter whether you being positive or whatever you doing, it's always gonna be somebody out there that's gonna just, you know, be negative. Like that's just them. That's what they don't know how to be anything else. But from now on, man, I'm gonna just, if you just being negative, you know, for no reason at all, I'm gonna just block you. You feel me? I'm gonna just start blocking you because people is just weird sometimes, man. See, true. The creator is within us all. Yeah, that's the scary part. Because everybody tried, the creator is within everybody, but we all try to, you know, make the creator only like a certain people. Or, oh, well, these people were chosen by God. No, bro, that thing is within everybody. That's why everybody can change their, next time, kick their ass out, Master Creator. You know, and I think, like I said, I think I'll just be letting people just, I let people just kind of do what they want because, you know, it just shows you like what the world is. Like, despite what, like, I could be out here feeding the poor, and it's gonna be somebody that's gonna pop up and be like, "Why are you doing that?" You feel me? What are you doing? I'm gonna call the police. That's just what it is, and it's weird, bro. I'm telling you, that shit is hella weird. It's hella weird, and it's like, you know, but this is what the world is. This is what the world is.
Awakenings. 2030, 2040. The gradual collapse of 3D systems, governments, money-based economies, old power structures. 2040 to 2050. The full stabilization of 5D Earth, where only high-frequency beings remain. How long until we fully live in 5D? Not everyone will shift at the same time. This is a gradual transition. Some will fully move into 5D by 2030, while others may take longer, depending on their soul path. By 2040, 2050, the majority of humanity will have transitioned to a higher dimensional existence. Your guides say you are moving faster than most.
Like, what's scary, because the way that I'm looking at it is, we're moving into to better thinking. We're moving into a place to where, you know, like I said, like we're going to be more loving towards each other. We're going to be more caring about each other, to where we'll make life work for everybody and not like count nobody out because of the color of their skin or because they're rich or they're poor. Like we going to move to where we're going, dang, man, if all of us actually help each other, the world could be a better place. If we all came together and said, hey, man, let's stop all this. Like, there's no reason for it anyway. All it's doing is hurting these people over there, hurting those people. Yeah, I believe in chakras. I believe in chakras. I had all my chakras activate one time. You know, your chakras will activate. That is a thing, bro. I hate to say it. That is a thing, but I guess it has to happen to you for you to understand it. Because it is a thing. That shit will go boom, 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 boom. Because there's different power points within yourself. But that's like, that's something that you don't have to read about, you know? That's something that you see within yourself as you going. It just is.
You will experience full 5D living
we are
much
all
sooner.
one.
What will happen as we shift? More people will experience reality
but
shifts.
That's like, and like you said, yes, it will be beautiful. And that's why it's already beautiful to a lot of us, because I think a lot of us already understand it and we already see it, because whoa, what the hell was kind of, oh, that's just a big old, come here, come back. Man, you scared me. Here. Don't land right there. Land on my hand, bro. Not in my face. Master Creator, bro, why them things always landing on me, man? I don't know what's up with these beetles. They always just want to land. I'm going to just let you land where you land, okay? I'm not even going, why they... Hey, remember we had to meet up? And then we was, after we did the DMT, and he just came and just landed on me? Look, they still doing it. Okay, hey, bro, that's enough. Go. Like, remember we had to meet up? Hey, after we did the DMT and we was talking about our experience, and it just came and landed on me, I said, now they do the shit every day, bro. Stop landing on me. Like, I'm not even scared of them. My kids make me scared of them, okay? I ate 7 grams of shrooms the first time. I even took them when I was 15 because we didn't have the internet. We didn't know how many to eat. You know, it's crazy. I didn't, I didn't start doing psychedelics till I was like in my 40s, because the things that I seen about drugs and what they were, my body wouldn't allow me to do any kind of thing. It do nothing. You feel me? Like none of that. Like none of the sort. I just couldn't. No kind of drugs. You feel me? Well, yeah, thizzles. But I'm just saying that's different. That's a whole different story. But we gonna just go to the next video.
Give me the top 10 TV series that make people question reality.
Number 1, The OA. A beautiful series about near-death experiences, consciousness, dimensions, and remembering who we really are. Number 2,
I haven't seen the OA, but it's crazy, right? Because how it say near-death experiences. Like, I always wonder why it wasn't nobody out there comparing the near-death experience to the psychedelic experience, because if you go and you watch near-death experiences, they're about the same. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That is right. The CIA did release all that stuff this year. What, Beatles? I thought you was talking about the stuff on consciousness. They released a gang of Beatles. What? And I never got a chance to. I'm gonna have to go watch it now. I never watched the OA, but I didn't know that it was about that, but I like I was saying, I never seen too many people put the near-death experience along with psychedelics, with the psychedelic experience, because if you go and you watch the different stories, they the same, bro. They always been the same to me.
8. 8 strangers discover they are connected through a shared consciousness, challenging
ideas
about
Sense8.
separation and
Exactly.
Number 3. Touch. A young boy sees hidden patterns connecting people across the world, revealing how deeply interconnected life may be. Number 4. Lost. More than a survival story, it's a journey through destiny, synchronicity, purpose, and the mysteries of human existence. Number 5, manifest.
Manifest.
After a flight disappears for years, the passengers return unchanged and begin receiving strange callings that reshape their lives. Number 6, dark. A mind-bending exploration of time, fate, free will, and how everything may be connected across generations. Number 7, Westworld. A powerful exploration of consciousness, identity, memory, and what it really means to become self-aware. That was a good one right there, Westworld. Number 8, Black Mirror. A series that asks uncomfortable questions about technology, humanity, reality, and where our future may be heading.
Yeah, we were stuck on that Black Mirror. That was a good one.
Number 9, The Leftovers. A deeply moving exploration of grief, meaning, faith, and how people respond when reality no longer makes sense. Number 10.
Yeah, it is. He said it's 5D, the same experience as Buddhist and Dhammic cultures have practiced since thousands of years. I don't know. I think so. Like, it's kind of weird, bro. Because I had this one mushroom experience too. Man, it was crazy as shit, bro. I seen Buddhist monks on a lot of different experiences, but I was a Buddhist monk inside this room made of gold, and like it wasn't that big, bro. It was just like a square, like a box, and I was sitting in the middle and I was like meditating. My eyes was closed. Now, you got to understand, I'm looking at myself in my room while at the same time looking at myself with my eyes closed here. My eyes is closed, but I can still see myself within my mind, and I can still see myself as this Buddhist monk. And it was weird because the room was gold and it had like different like scribbles or something on the wall. Like, I don't know, they was like hieroglyphs and stuff. And it was like these crazy lights that was on the walls that was just going around, different colors, like running all the way around. And bro, I'm telling you, it was like I meditated in that place for like 1,000 years. It seemed like 1,000 years, to where when I got back, I said, dang, I was like thinking like, is this where people go when they meditate? And then it was like one time I had an ego death, and like, it was like poof, I was like in pitch blackness, right? Like, I didn't know anything. I couldn't understand anything. I'm like I was just in blackness. It was just blackness. That's it. I didn't have no idea of what I was, who I was, if I was something. I didn't have no thoughts, no memory, no nothing. It was gone. Everything was kapoof. So it was a light. I seen a light. And I just knew, out of this darkness, if you see a light, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go towards it. So when I seen the light, I started to go towards it, and I'm going towards the light. And when I get to the light, it engulfed my whole vision, and I was in the clouds, bro. I'm like in the clouds. Like, it was crazy as hell. I'm in the clouds, and I'm just looking around in the clouds. Like, I didn't have no body. My body didn't exist. I'm in the clouds. I'm looking at all the clouds like, dang, wait, hold on. Like, what's going on? Because I didn't have no thought to go, oh, this is this or this is that. And then in the clouds, I seen this Asian guy sitting in the clouds. He was like one of them. It reminded me of like the old school Night Flight karate flicks. You know, he had the long gray beard, that like the mustache that go down like that with the long beard. And he was sitting, and it was like a table that was like the planet. It was the flat earth table on like in front of him, and his hands was in it, and his hands was in the table. And like I got so close to where I'm like this close to his face. I'm looking in his face, and I'm going, and like I'm floating down. I don't know if it's my consciousness, whatever you want to call it, but it's floating down. And I'm looking this dude right in the face. And as I went down and I got to his hands was in the planet. And like you can see the clouds over his hands going down to like the like almost to the ground, but it wasn't in the ground. But it was crazy because with his hands in the planets, you can tell he was engulfed into what he was doing. Like I don't know what he was doing, but I'm going, bam. I get to his hands, bro. His hands was my hands, and I'm just like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, man, his hands was my hands. And then I go past the clouds that's in this table. That's the planet. That's the flat earth planet. And I go through the clouds and I go into this city, bro. Every person I looked at, I became that person. Like I seen a dude, like as I'm coming down into this city, on by the street. I'm still at the top above looking at it, and I'm looking around. I see people walking. I see cars going by. I see this dude walking with a briefcase, and I looked at him. As soon as I looked at him, boom, I went into him. And then he was going, oh, man, I got to hurry up and get to work. I'm late. And he was like walking fast. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like going, like, I'm not going what the hell at that time. I didn't realize it until after the experience was done, and I had to explain it. But I'm walking with the briefcase, and I'm just like going, I gotta hurry up and get to work. And as I'm walking with the briefcase, I look across the street and I see somebody else. And boom, as soon as I looked at them, I entered their body. And then I was that person doing something else on my way somewhere else. And I'm like going, just doing it. And then I look over here and I look at this person. Each time, bro, it just kept going on for like an hour. I was just going from person to person to person to person to person. And then my girl woke me. My girl pulled me out of it. I think I opened my eyes and she was like, you okay? And I'm like, hell no. I was like, bro, I was like, man, that shit was crazy. But I think it was like showing me how, the connection that we have with each other. Like a lot of times, like I said, when you have conversations with people, like you kind of become that person, because when a person is telling you a story, you looking at it through the eyes of that person or something. Like it was the weirdest trip though.
Fringe, a brilliant series blending science, parallel realities, consciousness, and questions about the nature of existence itself. And a bonus one, Severance, a fascinating exploration of memory, identity, compartmentalization, and what happens when parts of ourselves become separated from the whole.
So what's your favourite in there? Mine's Touch. I absolutely love it. And there's
Mine is OA. I'm gonna have to go watch that. But yeah, it'd be times, bro. He said there was times I couldn't tell if they were playing what I was thinking or I was thinking what they were playing. Can't recommend them enough. No, that is so true. Because I was telling my cousin, I said, dang, I said, you'll be listening to music or you'll be watching TV and it'll seem like it's literally looking right at you, talking to you. And like when it happened to him, because I think he said he was watching The Matrix or something. And like, he said, man, it's like they were talking straight to me. He was like, and it was sending me different places. But I'm telling you, bro, I don't understand. Like these are videos I used to make back then, but it was like more of not me watching videos. I used to like kind of have it open to where like we could all come in and we could talk about our experiences. Like, dang, I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna get back to that, because I like to hear other people's experiences. Cause I like to hear other people's experiences. That's crazy. I think it's true. We're all people or all of life. Only our nervous systems creating and feeling of separation. Yes. Okay. That's the thing, right? You like if you go listen, like Rob, like my friend Rob, like he turned into a lizard. I remember Ozo was like some kind of wildebeest that got ate by an alligator. Bro, I was like some type of lion, leopard or something. I was hungry, walking through the jungle on mushrooms. I'm off mushrooms. I'm like a lion or something. And I'm just walking and I walked past the city because I was hella hungry, but I wouldn't go in there and eat the people because I was like feeling like, dang, if I go in there and eat them, they're going to kill me. It's like kind of weird, bro, because once you open that door to becoming everything, like you literally become everything and anything. That's why you see people that'll do salvia, like Wild Man Ninja, they would turn into a sandwich. They will become a puddle. They will become so many different things that's outside of just being human or being an animal or being an insect. And it's like, dang, how can you, like somebody said they was a wall. And it's like, how can you be an inanimate object? So everything has to be one thing if we can like actually become it on these substances. Like everything has to be one thing. Or else I don't think that will even be possible.
Your thoughts control your emotions, and your emotions control your frequency, and your frequency is what gets broadcasted into the universe, and that creates what your reality is, right? You attract and manifest what you think about. Your subconscious thoughts become your reality. So after I had my spiritual awakening and really started understanding and learning about higher consciousness and 3, 4, and 5D consciousness, and understanding again what I needed to unlearn to get to the next level of consciousness, it completely changed my life. So something I started doing every day was meditating. And one of the things that's really helped me through all of this is guided meditations. Now, I've done guided meditations from an array of...
It's wild because it's like dang, bro, because you can, like, these things are a tool. It's like any other tool to help you get to that understanding you need to get to. But I still, at times, I look at it like we're already there. Like each one of us, our consciousness is through the roof. We're just deciding what we want to put it into. Like, you can put it into bullshit, or you can put it into something good for everybody. And I think that, you know, a lot of times, even when you think somebody is putting it into bullshit, in their reality, in their understanding, they think they're doing good on their side from looking at it, like the boy Hitler. Like, he thought he was doing something for it, like, and you'll get to that to where you'll start to go around destroying everybody and everything else by trying to do what you think is good. And it's like, you know, we all got that high consciousness. It's there. It's there. It's just the way we're deciding to use it. We were taught to use it in the way that we're doing right now. That's why it's like everybody's going every which way, which in which they're using theirs. You know, it's like I said, some people do it the bad way. It's almost like, you know, like superheroes. Like, you feel me? Like when you watch, I forgot what that one superhero TV show, The Boys or whatever. You know, you begin to, you know, you have this superpower, and you begin to, you know, you're saving people, and then you start finding out that people ain't shit. People be doing weird shit. So then you turn into the bad guy when you start destroying all these people that just go against you and stuff. Then you become the bad guy. And it's like, I don't know, bro. That shit is just hella weird, man.
People, but there's one I've been doing for probably 6 years now. That's Brian Scott. Then the other one that I've been getting into in the past like year and a half is High Frequency Guru. I love her rampages. They're absolutely amazing. But I'm telling you, so everything. What I've been doing is, as soon as I wake up, I do my meditation, because your brain waves are still in theta and it's easily programmable. So before, when I used to wake up, and think about it, most people, what do? As soon as they wake up, they're checking their phone. Their brain's being poisoned with emails, social media alerts, toxic news, all this stuff. No, do not do that. So now I have learned to harness my subconscious thoughts and control my reality. And the life that I'm living now is truly a manifestation of what has been created here. What do you think about that? Did you know about this? Let's talk about it in the comments.
Like, it's kind of weird because once you push past all of it, you see that, like I said, you're already there. You really don't have to do these things. All you have to do is just be. Like it tripped me out about when I see people like going to church and different things and trying to be a better person. And it's like, all you have to do is just be a better person. You shouldn't have to go through it shouldn't be that hard to be a good person walking this planet. You shouldn't, if you think that you need God in order to make you a better person, then you're out there. Because God already put that within everybody. God already put everything everybody needs right in front of them. It's just some of us like just doing bad things. It makes some people happy. Like the one guy that was like a serial unaliver, and he set a house on fire. And then after he set the house on fire, he went across the street and was playing with himself while the house was burning. You have some people that just are fitted to just do bad things. And I think that's to let us know that, you know, it's there. You know, you got these people, it's there. Like, look, like, it's real. No matter how good we try to be, it's going to always be people that's going to be doing the opposite.
To shift literally from 3D to higher realms, you have to minimize your consumption, especially food. It's so solid. It's so dense. It has you anchored literally into your fucking reality. You literally are too heavy to shift to the reality that you want because you're so dense. So when you minimize your consumption of food, then you become lucid within your dream. which is the goal. Because now, since we're lucid, that means everything around us is as well, because it's a reflection of us. The reality becomes more malleable. We're able to literally shift it more with thought and less physical, because we are less physical now. So we're using more of our mental capacity, more of our internal state. You can literally shift literally from 3D to higher.
It's crazy, right? Because all these ideas, all these things are there to push you past the threshold of what you already are, of what you already can be. You know, it's weird because that's what I started seeing as I went on. Because as I went on, like because you'll get to the point to where you'll start meditating all the time. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with meditation. That's not what I'm saying. But you'll get to the point to where you'll start needing these things, these ideas and these different beliefs. You'll get to the point to where you won't be able to live without them. And it's understanding that you are the power. The power is within you. You are the controller. So you can be whatever. You feel me? Don't feel like you have to do this or you need this in order to make you better. And no, you are the thing that makes you better. All these things are just something to help you get past certain aspects of yourself, because we have certain aspects of ourselves that we can't get past. Like you didn't put up walls around yourself, and you can't you didn't box yourself in. You didn't put yourself in a box that's in another box, that's in another box, that's in another box, that's in another box. And just think about it. This is what you did over time. Because when you was your younger you, your 3-year-old you boxed up and you made the 5-year-old you. Your 5-year-old you dropped it in another box and you made the 6-year-old you. Your 6-year-old you boxed up your 7-year-old you, boxed up your 6-year-old you, and put it in a box and set it to the side, all the way up into whatever age you is. That's how many boxes you got. And each one of them boxes still exists within you. They still exist within you, and they still play a part within you. Every day you go by, you just can't see it because you told yourself you was grown. So when you throw a fit, that's your 6-year-old you popping out the box like a jack in the box. You feel me? Because you was whining, bam, pop out, and then you act out the 6-year-old you in the grown you voice. And this is what we do at times. It's like the weirdest thing, bro. That's why they got the Russian doll little thing, to show you keep boxing yourself in different aspects of yourself and hiding it and going, well, I'm grown now. I ain't no teenager. And you box that teenage you up. But you got so many boxes stored within your subconscious mind that is crazy, bro. And they come out whenever they get ready, depending on what actions is happening, depending on what's going on. They'll pop out and they'll play their part and then they'll jump back in. It's like I look at it at times like we legion. Like we got a legion of ourselves existing within ourselves that we walk around sharing from time to time. And each one of them, like they play a part, bro.
I think we can put some points on the board in the following. I think we can start with the theory of conscious agents. I just presented a talk Friday, and we proposed what light is. We proposed why the speed of light is the same in all inertial frames.
What does this mean? You got to simplify this for my 16-year-old brain.
Right. So if I'm on a train,
he gonna say that after I just said that, right? Simplify that for my 16-year-old brain, because that's the part I'm using right now.
Same in all inertial frames.
What does this mean? You got to simplify this for my 16-year-old brain.
Right. So if I'm on a train and the train's going 50 miles an hour, and I throw a ball, and I can throw it maybe 20 miles an hour, then in some sense the ball is going 70 miles an hour, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And that's the way things normally work. But if I have a flashlight, and I flash, the light is going at the speed of light, which is about 186,282 miles per second. It's pretty fast. If I get on the train and have the train, I take my flashlight and go like half the speed of light on the train. So I'm going really fast. This is a fast train. Mm-hmm. And I turn on my light. And I'm here outside. I'm looking at the train going at half the speed of light, and someone's turning the flashlight on so that the light is going at the speed of light. How fast is that light beam going to look to me? Because I'm standing on the side. And the train is already going at half the speed of light. So how fast is that light beam going to go?
The speed of light plus half the speed of light?
That's what we would mostly think, right? And it turns out, no, it goes the speed of light. if you have mass
Dang.
and you're not moving at the speed of light, and we try to accelerate you to get to the speed of light, you'll never get there. But there's a speed limit. You can't get there. So that's really counterintuitive, right? But Einstein said, this is my fundamental hypothesis on which I'm going to build my theory of space and time, is that light, no matter how fast you're moving, always moves away from you at the speed of light. And also that there's no special observer. There's no, what we call no special inertial frame, but no special frame of reference in which to look at things. All frames are equivalent. So the question is, how do I start with the theory of conscious agents?
Which is?
That's a good question. So what is a conscious agent? I'll say it's mathematical, and I'll only talk about one aspect of it. It's complicated, so I'll talk about only one essential part of it, and that is, if you are conscious, you have experiences. Like I can experience, maybe keep it real simple. I can experience colors, red, green, blue.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it very, very simple. So imagine a very, very simple conscious agent, and what it can do is experience 3 colors, red, green, and blue. That's all it can do.
Like me.
Yeah, of course, you have a much richer set of conscious experiences, but you include that kind of observer, right?
Sure.
Because you can do red, green, and blue. And now I'll talk about another observer that only sees red and green.
Yeah.
And now you don't just see one color, you see a color.
I ain't gonna lie, I like the way they be breaking it down, because it's like a lot of us just see red or blue, and a lot of us just see green or red, and it's like weird. Like them be our categories. We only see a couple of colors, and it's like, man.
For a little bit, and then you see another color. Like, so I see red for a while, then I see green, and then I see blue, and I maybe go back to red or whatever. So there's going to be this sequence of colors that I see, and maybe the best I can say is that if I see green right now, then it's a 20% chance that I'll see red next, and an 80% chance that I'll see blue next. I can write down probabilities. Well, so that's pretty simple, right? There's colors, experiences, and then there's probabilities of what sequence. If I see this experience, what my next experience will be.
Infinite.
And I'm using C in a general term. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be hearing or smelling or whatever. How do you capture that mathematically? There's something called a Markov kernel, a Markov matrix, that just says, basically, it gives you all the numbers. The first row of numbers then says, if I see red now, what's the probability that I'll see red next?
Mm-hmm.
What's the probability I'll see green next? What's the probability I'll see blue next? So you just write the numbers down. Maybe it's 0.2 that I'll see red again, 0.4 that I'll see green, and then 0.4 that I'll see red, blue again. So, and then the next color, I'll have another row for if I'm now seeing green, what's the probability I'll see red, green, and blue, and then finally blue, what's probably I'll go to red, green, and blue. So I need 9 numbers. That's only for 3 colors. I need 9 numbers to talk about all the possibility, and then I'll just have a counter as well. So every time I see a new color, I'll just have a little counter. So I see red now, that's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now I see green, that's 2. Now I see green again, so that's 3. So I'm counting the colors, the experiences. That's all I'm going to talk about. That's all I have. The question is, if I start with just that notion of an observer, it has colors and a matrix of probabilities. So I see this color, I can see another color. What's the probability? And every time I see a new color, I get a counter incrementing. That's all I'm going to start with. Can I get that the speed of light is the same in all inertial frames? That if I'm on a train and I flash a light bulb, flash a light, that it will go at the speed of light even for someone who's on the train going at half the speed of light? And I discovered just in the last 3 or 4 months that the answer is yes, I can do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I presented last Friday at this conference.
So what does this mean about the nature of consciousness? And
it means that starting with a theory of consciousness outside of space-time, I can actually give you with mathematical precision the structure of space-time.
Which means that your belief is
we're starting to
space and time and everything I see and experience actually comes from consciousness itself. So consciousness itself is the source of everything.
Everything that's right. So earlier in our
conversation, my
conversation,
consciousness didn't come from my brain.
That's right.
My brain came from my consciousness.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what I'm saying. And we've talked about the headset.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm building the headset. I'm saying here's the conscious agents, their dynamics, and I'm now starting to build the space-time headset.
Is there a concern that believing these things can make one go mad? I sometimes think that thinking very deeply about who we are.
I think so. We've seen a lot of you see a lot of conscious people go mad or go crazy with their understanding, like, because you get to the point to where, like, if your mind is creating reality, think about this, right? Your mind is creating reality. So when you go look at people that are conscious or like conscious speakers, they start to dress like it. You see them with the Ankh symbol. They start wearing certain things. Like, it's almost like a person that likes the New York Giants. What do? They go and they buy all the memorabilia so when they walk around, everybody will know that they're a Giants fan. They go buy the jerseys and they go and buy everything. It's the same with consciousness. It's no different. So it's like a lot of people, once they become consciously aware and they begin to talk about consciousness, they start to dress the part. And it's like, I don't know, to me that was always weird. Like, even though like I had the understanding, I almost fell into that, because it's like, you know, if you don't dress it or you don't talk that way, people don't look at you as being that. It's almost like being, like I say, at McDonald's and you dress with a Burger King attire on. Then people gonna be like, bro, you don't work here. They don't, how you got on a Burger King shirt? Like, this is McDonald's. Why are you even behind the counter? Like, that's disrespectful. So it's like when you begin to talk consciousness, it's like you almost have to have the attire, you have to have the wear, you gotta present yourself in this certain way. And it's like, bro, it's all an illusion. Like, we all falling into this illusion, and then we start thinking this is what everybody got to do. If they dress like this, you know, like, you can tell that they do this because look, they got on the attire, and it's like, come on now.
There is no three-dimensional world. There is no 3D reality. You're imagining a 3D reality. You see the difference? It's the same way you imagine a 3D reality every night when you dream. When you dream, where exactly is the 3D world? Where exactly are you? This world that you appear to be in right now is the exact same. You're just being convinced by a mind that's nowhere. The same mind that allows you to taste without putting something in your mouth. The same mind that allows you to hear without having ears. The same mind.
Hey, that is deep, because I always say that. I say, dang, it's kind of weird because, if you think about your five senses, if you think about your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, your touch, they all be telling you different things at different times. Like, you can see something, you can see some food that look good as shit, but you get up on it and you smell it and it smell nasty. But your eyes be telling you, man, it look good. You feel me? Or it'd be vice versa. It'll smell good, but when you taste it, it'll be nasty. It's like all these different senses, they're all telling you something different all the time.
And that allows you to
brain's
touch
trying to
without
put them
using your
together.
hands. It's this mind that's deceiving you. It's making you feel the ground as if it's beneath you, as if you're feeling it as you walk by, as you walk through time and space. And you're clinging on to the experience so much that you now believe it's completely real, when all you're ever doing is dreaming. There is no three-dimensional world.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream.
There isn't just one Earth. There are infinite versions.
Well, I'm gonna have to stop this, y'all. It's I gotta go get this grill ready and start barbecuing today. But I thank y'all for stopping by. Like I said, I'm gonna get it back to the point to where, like, I have Discord open, Joe Crow and different ones that's been here for the longest, to where I start back having it open. Because, like, I don't know, I like these discussions more than anything. I like to talk about consciousness. I like to talk about, us growing, like, not just ourselves, but the ones around us. Like, because we're trying to make the world better for everybody, bro. Like it's wow, that we even have to deal with negative people all the time, or even at the times when we do, but we can change that too, and that's what we doing. All right. Yeah, y'all too. Y'all have a nice day, and thank y'all for stopping by and being here. Thank the new subscribers, and see you next time.